All right, so let's talk about rewards. We're going to start here because it's probably the most commonly leaned upon tactic by parents. A few best practices here. The first is upfront agreements. So we want to be agreeing the reward and how to earn it upfront each week. You'll get much more power from this if you do it that way. And it also helps enormously if you remind your child frequently about what you've agreed, what this reward is that you're going to give them, and also if you remind them what your expectations are about what they need to do to earn the reward. I tend to remind my daughter every day before we start exercises, and especially before we go into the clinic session. And this can often be a really busy, hectic kind of time because we're often coming straight from school and we've been rushing around through all sorts of craziness to get to the clinic. But right before we go in, I make eye contact with her and I make sure she repeats back to me what we've committed to. Next part is this idea of a token plus a prize. So we seem to get most mileage and momentum out of rewards when each day there is something that the child receives that is small, and then each week there is something big that they get, usually after the clinic visit. Okay, effort and attitude. This one was emphasized repeatedly, especially by therapists who've had a lot of experience in dealing with kids over the years. It's widely agreed that the emphasis here with the homework, in order to earn the reward, should be placed on two behaviors. First one is a positive attitude, which to me means not complaining or delaying in any way or sulking. And the second is the effort that they put in. So this is about the exertion. So how hard are they trying? How seriously are they taking it? And are they concentrating? This is what you're looking for, as opposed to what result or outcome did they get from the homework. Giving rewards is a bit like striking a deal. When we make an agreement, both sides have got to stick to it, or the exchange loses its value. And more importantly, we lose our negotiating power. So if your child doesn't hold up their end of the bargain to earn their token, you've got to pull it from them. It's important to demonstrate early on that you mean what you say and that you don't cave in. This can be really hard, and I was shocked at how mean and extreme it felt when I had to do this. But it's usually only needed once for your child to know you're serious, and then you've made your point. To make it a bit easier, instead of pulling the whole weekly prize if they have a bad day, I would suggest taking away just the token for that day and giving your child the opportunity to earn it back the next day so that they still have the chance of earning the big prize for the week. This way you still keep things positive and you have some negotiating power for the rest of the week too. Also, give them plenty of warning if they're showing bad behavior to let them know they're at risk of losing it, and give them the chance to turn it around. This way you're still both getting what you want. And on the flip side, it's also crucial that you hold up your end of the bargain and give your child whatever they were promised, or again, the reward will lose its power as an incentive to do well. All right, so what incentives to use? Just one point here that came out quite consistently from parents is that this is one area where they're generally willing to be a little bit more relaxed about the kind of things they would give their kids on a regular basis, which under any other circumstances they wouldn't. And that's because, as we all know, this kind of therapy is really hard and really draining. Here's a few ideas on what to use as rewards. So the big ones here are sweets, entertainment, play, visuals, and cash credits. For each of these, you could split them into two kind of types. One is the version that is small and you use as a daily token, and the other is the big one that is more significant and special and that you use as the weekly prize. Parents who really struggle with their kids, and sometimes when they're younger kids, can tend to lean on having a very, very small sweet treat like a Tic Tac or a jelly bean. And they say sometimes even for each exercise in a day, they will line them up and keep them in front of their child, so they're really, really focused on earning that reward after putting in each bit of effort. Not every child is going to need this, but some do. Visuals, stickers and stamps, and certificates, don't underestimate them. The nice thing about these is that they can accumulate over time and generate a real sense of pride in your child. But these can work really well as the daily token. So put your tracking chart up that I've provided and let them choose some stickers that they like or a stamp and just add them each day. And cash credits for older kids, these can work really well. So let them build up enough money to buy something that they really want.